Hello, sixth grade. For art today, we are going to be learning about the holiday Day of the Dead. So this holiday actually originated in Mexico, but it's now celebrated all throughout the Latin and Mexican communities and by those who have Mexican heritage. The holiday is actually celebrated on the 1st and 2nd of November, so right after Halloween. The Day of the Dead celebrates the life of friends and family members that have died. It is a time of remembrance and prayer for those that have passed away. Now, with this holiday, a lot of what you see for decoration are things that are called sugar skulls. These skulls are actually really made out of sugar, and I've actually done them before for other classes, and they're really fun and messy to do. But we can't do the actual sugar skull today, so we're going to do a paper version. The sugar skulls are decorated with a symmetrical design. So these are some examples, and at your tables you'll have this sheet and another example sheet to look at. One that looks like this. It gives you some different ideas on how to decorate and how to use different designs to fill in your skull. There's really no right or wrong way to decorate your skull. The only thing you need to remember is to keep your design symmetrical. Now, symmetry is like a butterfly's wings, right? Whatever you see on one side, you're gonna see on the other side, okay? Things can be in the center, but there's a line of symmetry. If you have a line that you drew down the center of these skulls, then it's going to be like a mirror image. One side is going to be the same as the other. So for today, your job is going to be to make some decisions. Do you want to use this paper to make your sugar skull? If you choose this one, you are going to copy what you see here on the other side of your skull. They have the dotted outline already made for you, so you can just finish the design with your Sharpie. It's okay to start with a pencil. You're going to fill in your design after you draw in. You're going to have to fill in the design to make it symmetrical. So whatever you see drawn on this side, you're going to draw the same thing on the other side, as if it was a mirror image. As if you were to fold this over, you would see the same exact design. This can get a little tricky, so you do have to take your time. Now for some areas it's a little more simple. All you have to do down here is just trace around the teeth the lines are already there for you, and then do the line in the center. It gets a little more tricky when you're trying to do things like this on this side. So that's why using a pencil is a good idea before you start your Sharpie. You can also take your paper and fold it in half like this to kind of get an idea of where things need to go, and then you can draw it out. After you've drawn it with your pencil, you're going to use your Sharpie to outline everything so your design really shows up. This sheet also has some fun little facts about the Day of the Dead. And then you're going to use a choice of colored pencils, crayons, or markers to color in your skull. Because these skulls are very colorful, nice, bright, bold colors, but you are going to need to do your coloring in symmetrical as well. So whatever you color in one part, you have to do the same colors on the other side. Just like as if it was folded in half, it would have a line of symmetry with the color that you pick too. That's one option. The other option is to pick from the 3 color sheets of sugar skulls. This is one example. You would color this in using crayons, colored pencils, or markers, but coloring in whatever you do, like whatever you do around this part of the eye, the same color or pattern of color needs to go around this eye. You can't choose blue to put around this eye and then choose red to put around this eye. You need to make your color choices be symmetrical. Now for some of these pre-drawn ones, you can also add some designs, like maybe you want to add to the drawing. And if you choose to add to the drawing, you need to make sure that you keep the design you add to it symmetrical. So whatever you draw here, that type of thing. That's one example that you can pick from. Here's another one. And here is the third one. And if you choose to do the color sheets for your Sugar Skull project, you are making sure that if you're adding to it, you're keeping it symmetrical, and you're making sure whatever color choices, whatever color schemes you pick, you're making them symmetrical. So this is choice number 1. Finish the design, then color it in. This is the choice number 2. Pick from one of these 3 designs. Add to it if you want, then color it in. Choice number 3 is you're going to get this paper and you're going to completely make your own design for your Sugar Skull. That is why at your tables you have these idea sheets to look at so you can get some ideas. It does not mean that you need to pick one of them and copy it completely. It's just giving you some different ideas to think about, different ways to make curly lines, different ways to make different flowers. There's that idea sheet, and then there is the idea sheet with the 4 that are bigger. So you've got to choose if you're drawing your own design, if you're coloring in a pre-made design, or if you are going to try to do the one that is halfway drawn and you fill it in. Now for any of these, you can add more to the design. You can add more to this. You can add more to these. Just make sure they stay symmetrical. Whatever choice of color you use, make sure it stays symmetrical. A good rule of thumb is to just imagine a line right down the center of your skull. And if it helps, you can fold your skull, kind of line up. You can see through the paper, kind of line up where the paper meets, where the different parts of the skull meet, the edges, and then you kind of give yourself a kind of reference point with the crease that you make. So you can kind of see where the middle is and where you kind of have to center things so that you can work on one side and then work on the other side if that's easier for you. I can't wait until I'm able to come back to school and see what you picked to do to finish the project and what designs you added or created to make your own Sugar Skull creations. And maybe if we get closer to the actual holiday of the Day of the Dead, we can do some Sugar Skull making with sugar. We'll have to see about that. I can't wait to see what you come up with, and I will see you all soon. Bye.